Hello friends, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to compare three budget smartphones. They are in popular demand, the Lenovo with the K4 Note and the Honor 5X. So in this video we'll compare these two devices for a lot of aspects, the design, the build quality, display, performance, software, camera, battery life, and the overall features and the value for money aspects. So these three phones have quite a lot of similarities and they also differ in various aspects. So the pricing is one area where these three devices differ. The Lenovo is priced 11K, the K4 Note is 12K, and the Honor 5X is 13K. So these are the three pricing of these two devices, and now let's go into the detailed aspects. So first step, let's see the design and build quality. So design wise, we can see all these devices exhibit a metallic build with the Lenovo having a completely metallic build, and so is the Honor 5X. While the K4 Note is the one with a plastic build. You can see the rear panel is a plastic build, although the chassis is metallic. So all in all, if you look at the design and build quality aspect, the usability and a lot of other aspects including the thickness, the overall material quality, we would say the best device in terms of the design and build quality is the Lenovo with superior material finishing. It's pretty easy to use, slim and sleek design. It also has this kind of edge-to-edge style of display, although it's not really edge-to-edge. It does give a great feel all around. So in the design and build quality aspect, the real winner is the Lenovo. Next up in the build quality is the Honor 5X. Again, it comes with a brushed metallic finishing, looks quite good. Overall fit and finishing looks pretty good. We have this different colors, the gold, the silver, and the gray variant. So that's the second one. Now the Vibe K4 Note is the least among the build quality. It has this plastic material which does not really match up with the other two, although it does make a decent device when compared to the K3 Note. It has metallic chassis. You can see the side also of the device is made of metal, but the plastic rear panel doesn't look really impressive. So in the build quality and design, we would say the clear winner is the Lenovo. Now let's move on to the display. So all these three devices sports a full HD display, the 5.5-inch full HD display. Now there is one difference between these three devices. The Lenovo and the K4 Note have Corning Gorilla Glass protection offered, but the Honor 5X does not sport any protection. Now the display quality looks quite good on all the three devices. We would select the Lenovo here because again it's crisp and sharp display. The Honor 5X also has a pretty vibrant display, but there is no protection offered, and there is a the screen guard shipped with the device, and there is slight lag in the touch response. That probably could be because of the software. We are not really sure, but it's not really the responsive screen. And talking about the K4 Note, again it's a really responsive screen, and there is also Corning Gorilla Glass protection, and overall looks quite good. So display aspect, it's there's no clear winner among these three, but we would suggest the Lenovo ahead of the other two devices. So that is the display aspect. Now let's move on to the software. Now talking about the software, all these devices have Android Lollipop, but they have different variants. Now the Lenovo has Android 5.0 Lollipop, while the K4 Note has Android 5.1.1 Lollipop, and also the Honor 5X has Android 5.1. Now all these devices have custom ROMs. The Lenovo has this EUI, we have Vibe UI and EMUI. So these are the three UIs available on these devices, and they're custom ROMs. Now ease of using this UI, the best one is the Vibe K4 Note, because this has mostly like stock experience. We have an app drawer, and even the notification center is much more simpler than the others. Now the UI is, if you're looking for stock like experience on your device, the Vibe K4 Note is a better choice, and it's more easy to use if you've been using stock like Android experience. So that's the one. Now if you compare the other two, the Lenovo is slightly more complex. We have this multitasking option to enable this quick toggle, so it's not really a very user-friendly UI. It does have some changes. The notification center does not have any quick toggles. Instead you have to go here, and it's again a heavily skinned UI with a lot of additional features. We already shared some of the features on this UI, and it is again a custom ROM with added features. Now Honor 5X is the most the heavy skin out of all the three. It does come with a lot of additional tools when compared to these two devices, but then it's again not the really responsive UI. You can see definitely some lag here and there, probably because of the performance issues that we'll talk about later. But the UI does offer a lot of additional features. We have motion control, navigation bar, customization, one-handed UI, dual windows, and it does come with lots of themes which can be downloaded, which is missing on the other two. So UI, if you're looking for simplicity, the Vibe K4 Note offers the simplest of UI with stock-like experience, and if you want more features in a UI, then probably the Honor 5X offers the more feature-rich UI. Now let's talk about the performance. That's one real big aspect we have to consider. Now here the most powerful device out of the three is the Lenovo, which has this Helio X10 octa-core chipset with 3 gigs of RAM. That's really powerful MediaTek flagship like processor and delivers really smooth experience. So the Lenovo has really good performance all around, no lag or issues we have encountered in our daily use. The K4 Note is also pretty good in terms of the overall performance. The UI is lag free, although the gaming experience was not really good. Now there isn't much of lag when using the K4 Note. It's really responsive, no major issues. It has this MediaTek octa-core chipset again with 3 gigs of RAM. Now talking about the Honor 5X, this is powered by a Snapdragon 616 octa-core chipset, but it has only 2 gigs of RAM, and that causes a big issue on the Honor 5X. It's not really responsive, and at times you can see the lag here and there, and even when multitasking you can clearly see some lag, so that the UI is not really responsive with the Snapdragon 616, and probably it has to do with the 2 gigs of RAM. Other two devices have 3 gigs of RAM, so that's one issue. Now talking about the gaming experience, here again the clear winner is the Lenovo with the Helio X10 octa-core chipset and 3 gigs of RAM. The gaming experience was really good, although it does the heat up slightly higher at around 47-46 degrees, and the K4 Note is not really a device which is recommended for gaming. It's laggy and not really suited ideally, and Honor 5X also did exhibit some really good experience while gaming. The heating was pretty nominal at just around 38-39 degrees, so that one aspect where the Honor 5X is really good. Now all the three devices put together, we will say the Lenovo has the better performance overall, and in terms of the gaming as well. Now talking about the fingerprint scanner, all these three devices have fingerprint scanner, and they're really responsive. There's no real winner in this fingerprint scanner quickness. So all these three devices have really spot on the fingerprint scanner, and they even beat some of the flagships available right now. So in terms of the fingerprint scanner, there's no clear winner. All these three devices are really performing one. Now moving on to the camera, so that's one area a lot of users might be interested in. All the three phones have 13 megapixel rear camera, LED flash, and a front facing 5 megapixel camera. Now the only difference here is that the Lenovo comes with a single LED flash, while the other two have a dual tone LED flash. So you can see here this is a dual tone variant, and this also has a dual tone LED flash. Now talking about the overall camera interface and performance, all the three interfaces have decent features included. You can see the HDR, panorama, and other options, while the Lenovo's K4 Note is pretty minimal in terms of the features. You can see the interface is similar on Lenovo's and the Honor 5X, while it's quite different on the K4 Note, and the features offered is more on the Honor 5X when compared to the other two. Now talking about the photo quality, this is one area where Honor 5X really shines. The photo quality was really good. When we tested the camera, we found that the Honor 5X has a really good camera and lives up to the expectations created by the Honor 4X, which was one really good camera in this price point. Now second in the camera aspect is the Vibe K4 Note, which is really close to Honor 5X. It's not really bad, it's almost similar quality as Honor 5X, but the consistency levels are not really that great, and the least of the performing cameras is the Lenovo, which has not really good camera. So if you're looking for great camera experience, we wouldn't suggest the Lenovo. We would suggest either the K4 Note or the Honor 5X. So that is the camera aspect. Now let's move on to the battery life. So again, this is one important aspect. Now the Lenovo comes with 3000 mAh battery, the K4 Note has 3300 mAh battery, and the Honor 5X has 3000 mAh battery. Now only one device has fast charging, that is the Lenovo, which has the USB-C type cable and fast charging included. So this has you can quickly charge the battery. That's one advantage here. Now if you're looking for the best battery life, again the Honor 5X is a really good performer here, excellent battery life, followed by the Vibe K4 Note, and the least in the battery life is the Lenovo. Now when we say it's the least in terms of battery life, it's not really poor. You can get one day of usage with around 3 to 4 hours of on screen time, but it's not as good as what you see on the K4 Note and the Honor 5X. So all the three devices will give you 1 day of battery usage, while the best performing in this slot is the Honor 5X. So that was the battery aspect. Now let's move on to the other aspects like the call quality, the music performance, and other aspects. The call quality on both all these three devices was, we would say there is nothing to really choose between these three devices. We didn't experience any lag or issues in call quality. There was no dropped calls or the call issues. We never had any experience like that. We have been using all these three devices. We would say the Honor 5X has slightly edge in the call quality, while the Lenovo and K4 Note are also decent performance in this category. Now if you're looking for great multimedia experience, including the speaker output is important for you, then the only choice is the K4 Note, which has dual front facing speakers and really good in terms of the performance. Coupled with you also have the Theater Max experience with the VR headset, which comes with this device if you buy that additionally, and this also has Dolby Atmos support. So in that aspect, this is really good performance from the Vibe K4 Note. Now the aspects include the internal storage. We have 32 gigs of internal storage and on the Lenovo, while the other two devices offer only 16 gigabyte internal storage, but the Lenovo is not expandable while the other two are expandable. And apart from that, all the three devices come with dual SIM card support and 4G LTE support. So that ends our comparison of these three devices. So which is the best device here? Ideally, we cannot suggest one best device out of these three, because it all depends upon what is your preference. If your preference is camera, we would suggest the Honor 5X or even the K4 Note. But if you're looking for great performance in the gaming and other aspects, then the Lenovo is a better performing device. Now, build quality and design is your criteria. If you want a stylish phone, obviously the Lenovo or the Honor 5X is the better choice. Now, all in all, if we were to select one device for the value for money aspect, that would be the Lenovo, because it offers great value for money at just 11k rupees. So summing up, let's see the pros and cons of each device. So Lenovo has great design and build quality, good display. The software is not really that good. It's a bit confusing software, but the performance is really good. The camera was just average, not the best. Again, the battery life was just decent, but it has fast charging and also USB-C type cable. Now talking about the Vibe K4 Note, it has design and display isn't anything impressive. The display looks quite good. The software is pretty simple and responsive. The performance also looks quite good, but the gaming experience is not good. Now the camera again is a performing camera. Along with that, it also has the Theater Max support and dual front facing speakers. So those things are really good on this device. Now talking about the Honor 5X, you also have a good camera, design and build quality looks good, and it also has a decent display, and the performance is not the best aspect about this device because it has just 2 gigs of RAM. So that was the comparison of these three devices. So it's up to you to decide which is your priority and decide the device based on that. But if you were to pick a all-round performing device with a great value for money aspect, then that would be the Lenovo. So that's all guys, hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, drop in a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with the queries. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching, have a great day.